Hello everyone, welcome to IS Darshana. I hope you all are doing very well. So without wasting any of our time, let's move to the topics of the day. Today's topic is Raksha Mantri holds bilateral talks with Minister of National Defence of Hellenic Republic in New Delhi. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh held a bilateral meeting with Minister of the National Defence of the Hellenic Republic Mr. Nicholas Georgios Dendias in New Delhi on February 9, 2026. Both ministers reiterated that the India-Greece strategic partnership is based on shared values of peace, stability, freedom and mutual trust. The two countries decided to expand capacity of their respective indigenous defense industries through partnership between India's Atmanirbhar Bharat and Hellenic defense reforms under Agenda 2030. A joint declaration of intent on strengthening the defense industrial cooperation between India and Greece was signed, which is a starting point for developing a 5-year roadmap. The defense ministers discussed various issues of regional peace and security and acknowledged deepening bilateral defense cooperation and strategic ties. A bilateral ministry cooperation plan for 2026 was also exchanged, charting the course for military engagements between armed forces of both countries. Convergence between both the ancient seafaring nations on various key maritime issues was also highlighted. The Greek side announced the positioning of a Greek international liaison officer at Information Fusion Center in Indian Ocean region, Gurugram. Prior to the meeting, the Greek defense minister laid a wreath at the National War Memorial and paid homage to the brave hearts who made the supreme sacrifice in the service of the nation. He also inspected the Tri-Service Guard of Honor at Maneshkwak Center. During the stay, the Hellenic delegation also visited key defense and industrial establishments at Bengaluru and interacted with DPSU's defense industry and startup representatives New Delhi. The visit reaffirmed strategic partnership between India and Hellenic Republic, which is based on long-standing, warm and close relationship between both countries and peoples. So the next topic of the day is satellites warn of declining vegetation in the Uttarakhand hills. Satellites keeping an eye on the vegetation of the Himalayas, responding to changing seasons with reviving grasslands, deepening color of forests and flora of valley altering. Reveal a story of climate sensitivity, seasonal resilience and growing concern. Mountain ecosystems are particularly sensitive to climate change, which exacerbates global risks and disasters. Climate change significantly affects global average surface temperatures, alters precipitation patterns, and influences vegetation dynamics, underscoring the importance of localized monitoring at various spatial and temporal scales. Google Earth Engine, a global platform that processes vast amount of satellite data, is widely used for environmental monitoring and Earth observation, including studies of land degradation, soil and dust dynamics, urban growth, temperature changes and health. It simplifies large-scale analysis by reducing data pre-processing and storage needs. Researchers from the Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observational Sciences, which is ARIS, Nainital, an autonomous institute of the Department of Science and Technology (DST), along with collaborators from India and abroad, turned to GEE to track Uttarakhand's vegetation from 2001 to 2022 along with pollution and climate responses. They used a deceptively simple measurement to normalize difference vegetation index to analyze changes in vegetation. The results of the research by the team led by Dr. Umesh Dumka from ARIS along with international collaborators published in Environmental Monitoring and Assessment revealed a story of climate sensitivity, seasonal resilience and growing concern. So the next topic for the day is Task Force Report on Coaching Ecosystem Strengthening. The Task Force on Unified Framework for Development of Coaching Ecosystem in India, in its report submitted to the Ministry, has recommended creation of a unified national framework for coach education and accreditation, standardization of coaching curricula, introduction of a tiered national coaching pathway from grassroots to elite level, adoption of a practice-oriented training model, mandatory licensing and continuing professional development for coaches, integration of coaching qualifications with National Skills Qualification Framework and National Education Policy 2020, performance-based evaluation mechanisms, incentive structures for coaches, and strengthening of ethics, safety, and inclusivity in coaching. These recommendations are intended to be implemented uniformly across the country and are relevant for all states including Telangana, Madhya Pradesh. The task force has recommended to establish a National Coach Accreditation Board, which is NCAB, as an apex authority responsible for setting national standards for coach education and accreditation, approve and monitor coaching pathways, accredit coach education institutions, design a unified core curriculum across sports, oversee licensing and renewal of coaches, and ensure quality assurance and alignment with NSQF and NEP 2020. The task force has recommended the implementation of a structured tiered national coaching pathway covering grassroots, intermediate, elite, and national team coaches across the country, including in the state of Telangana. The pathway also integrates community coaches and physical education teachers as feeder streams. Measures proposed include clearly defined entry and progression criteria at each level, a recognition of prior learning, which is RPL mechanism to facilitate transition of former elite athletes into coaching, bridge programs to enable PE teachers to upskill without disrupting school responsibilities, and a 5-star performance rating system linked to athlete development outcomes, advanced certifications, and mentorship, which would provide access to higher level assignments and incentives. Implementation of task force recommendation is in a phased manner. Initial steps such as establishment of NCAB and finalization of the unified curriculum are envisaged in a short term, followed by rollout of licensing and tiered pathways. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.